Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this clip art and wanted to know not so much the musical notes, because you can find those on the internet and trace them individually, but how to get this kind of like a curved shape that's getting larger and further apart. Well, I've done it two different ways. One, I didn't make this line probably as thick as I should. Let's make it a little thicker right now. Maybe a little bit thicker. Anyway, so there's probably more than two ways to do this. I'm going to take my freehand tool, and when you get your freehand tool, you have this right here. I'd put it all the way to 100. That's going to make your smoothness a little better. Now we can go and select them all and convert it to a curve. I've actually got another second node there. And then by doing that, you could manipulate your lines and have a little bit of a curve. Now, this is one way. We're going to hit the plus key on the keyboard while holding down the control button and just move that line. And then we're going to Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. So we've already almost got it. We've got it backwards in the way it looks in the picture. And that's why I actually grabbed these notes that we're going to use here in a little bit, that I just went on the internet and grabbed. So let's see if we can't grab this and get out of the way. And, you know, that's kind of a sweep. You could do a little bit more to it by taking each individual line and getting your pick tool and moving your center rotation to there. And then we could take our you know what, it might be best to do the shape tool, and let's set our nudge factor on like 0.1, and we'll grab our shape tool. No, we're gonna have to use the pick tool because we're rotating it. So we're gonna grab that right there, and we're gonna, I was thinking I could move this, but you could just move it manually. Do the second one, move the center rotation. Now this is kind of a roundabout way to do it, but you could do that all the way throughout, and it looks pretty cool. The other way I was thinking, well, you know what, I'm going to use one of those lines. The other way I was thinking about doing it would be to take that line, let's get rid of these other ones. You don't have to hit your calculator. And let's set our nudge on 0.01 or 0.1 to see if that works. That'll work. Control D, Control D. Now, you know what? Let's don't do that. Let's do this. Well, no, I'm just making the box. I forgot about that. So I'm not gonna make a copy. I'm gonna do that right there. Now, let's get rid of the interior lines. And what we need to do is make a vessel. So we're gonna move this line a little more and maybe rotate it, make it a little bit bigger. So there's kind of a shape. Let's take now our 2-point line and close this off. So what we're doing, we're making a container, because we're going to use the envelope tool. Now I would strongly suggest, let me change my nudge factor to like 5 inches. Let's take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in and nudge it over. And what the Smart Fill tool did, it sealed all the joints. Now let's take a 2-point line, holding down the control button so it's perpendicular. It's got to be, you know, about the same size of that. We can Control D and make a duplicate. I forgot I had my duplicate distance set on that. So we'll go 0.1. Hit the plus key and move it down. Control D, Control D. Make as many lines as you want. Now, they've got to be grouped together. So we're going to go to Object and group. And actually, we're going to make them a little bit thicker. So they'll look like that. Now, this is an envelope form. Go to Effects in Envelope. You've got it selected. Create envelope from this shape. And look at that. And you could play around with that and do whatever you want to with it. Now, we can borrow these musical notes and just set them in here. Of course, you'd want to move them around. And I know nothing about notes. But we're getting that same effect. You could rotate some of them. Anyway, that's pretty close. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Anyway, it looks similar to that. Let me bring it in a little closer. And if you look at them side by side, they've got a little bit more of a sweep to it. But we could have done that with the envelope tool. Let's back up here. And you can do anything you want to with it. I'm going to have to get where I'm back to straight lines. And we're going to take this and let's add a little more flair to it. We still want this one bigger. So you have that envelope form, grab your shape, go up to envelope, create from, and look at that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.